Whoa, this is the Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. All right, this video goes out from Ron out in NYC, dude, who is asking about how you find a spiritual advisor, right? Like, I have a spiritual advisor in my life, Joe, dude. Joe's radical, dude. Joe is the guy who has turned me on to opening myself to being more open to people, right? So how do you find, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear, right? It's that simple. Like, your spiritual advisor or whoever you're supposed to learn all your data from will not appear till you're ready to accept the information, because until you're free of like resistance and ego and all that kind of stuff, man, like, a spiritual advisor can't guide you, because you're gonna say no. You're gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. For me, like, how it happened was, like, I was a drunk and I needed someone to help me get sober, and the dude who helped me get sober turned out to be my spiritual advisor. But I have all sorts of spiritual advisors out there. You know, for example, my buddy Johnny Strange, the stunt bro, Danger Ranger, dude. Not a stunt. Yeah, dude. He just died, right? He's a spiritual advisor to me. Like, I heard his last words about why he's a wingsuit pilot, right? And he was talking about being present, right? And I was like, dude, that immense amount of data from Johnny about being present. Like, spiritual advisors are all over the place if you're open to allowing the information in. They may come in the form of books, interviews on the radio. It might just be some person holding a sign at the side of the road. It could be a dog, it could be a kid. Like, don't put any sort of boundaries on it. You know, but like, I mean, I guess I would say is, like, watch out for charlatans, man. Like, you have to be, like, I don't know, what is it? Enough about yourself not to give yourself completely to anybody. Like, you know, you look at a lot of people who have taken religion hook, line, and sinker and are like closed-minded because they think they need someone else to help them find God. Look, dude, a spiritual advisor is supposed to ultimately cut you free at some sort of point. Like, Joe is still my buddy. I still go to him for advice, but eventually Joe was like, look, you know what you need to know, so now it's up to you to go and spread the message, if you will. And like, that's also what it is like, we are all spiritual advisors to somebody else by how our actions are. Like, it's as simple as how we treat the cashier or the person at the gas station. You can be a spiritual advisor to someone by just being truly genuine to another human being. Like, don't put any boxes on it, I guess, would be my number one thing to say. Is like, don't limit yourself by perceiving someone has to have the label of spiritual advisor to be spiritual advisor, because if you're waiting for a label, then you're gonna have to go buy a book or take a lesson. Look, man, you know who really helped me a lot? Like Eckhart Tolle, right? He's like Walmart spiritual advisor, but he's got some good thing, and it's like, look, dude, you are consciousness. You, as a spiritual being inhabiting a human form, are already consciousness. You are already enlightened and wide awake. You just got to allow yourself to be so. But it's all about finding it in this very moment. You understand? Like, if you're still tripping on the future or finding something tomorrow or later, you're missing where the spiritual truth lies. And the spiritual truth lies in this very moment, right now, the present moment. Being awake in this moment is where spiritual liberation is to be found. So if we're waiting for someone to show us where that is, we'll be waiting a long time. But if we perceive that we are ready and we allow ourselves to be ready, that being or words or manuscript or whatever it is will appear before our very eyes. And once one of them starts to appear, it's just kind of like a cascading effect of more and more information just keeps coming your way, and your views and your heart changes, because spirituality to me is about growth and understanding and realizing that today's perception is not tomorrow's truth, right? Or today's truth is not tomorrow's perception. I don't know, somewhere in there. I'm just going off the cuff, man. So I don't really, I'm not set in stone about it. I find all sorts of positive, reinforcing spiritual energy from all sorts of beings and plants. You know who I learn the most from? Trees. Trees teach me stuff all the time. You know who I learn a lot from now is, man, my little baby boy, dude. Al, 3.5 months old, teaches me more than anybody, dude. I learn a lot from my stepdaughter. She's 10, dude, but you know, it's all how I learn from her by how I interact with her, right? So there's no rules. There are no rules. There are no boundaries. There are no limits. There is nothing but opening your heart to allow God in, right? Like, God is love. Love is God. So anybody who's trying to sell you spirituality is a con man, in my take, dude. It shouldn't cost you money. But hey, look, you know, there's nothing wrong with buying a book, dude. I bought Eckhart Tolle's The Power Now. I bought his audio discs. Like, I'm down. Like, look, it's that thing of like, if somebody's helping you, it behooves you to like donate to the hat, if you will, that goes around. Like, it's an energy exchange, dude. I don't know what it all is, man. All I know is just don't put any limits on it. Allow it in. Be present right here, right now. And in this very moment, you will find infinite expansion of what it is, of source energy, of God, of truth, of being. It's all right here, right now. Anyway, that's what I got for you.